Hi everybody, and welcome, as promised, to my very first YouTube yoga video. This series was something I did for 4 weeks in January with a group of people that I invited to watch, just so that I could sort of get a gauge on where everyone is and what they would like to see. So it's a bit of a mixture of a beginner and intermediate. If you find that it's maybe too difficult for you, or if it's too easy for you, I just want to let you know I'll be separating beginner and intermediate when I have offerings later on. I have to record them first. So I hope you enjoy this. Do what you can. Remember, I'm only a guide, and if something doesn't work for you and doesn't feel right for your body, please don't do it. Okay? So we're going to find ourselves on our mats. You can come to the top of your mat if you like. For video purposes only, I'm going to be facing this way. Hopefully, I won't have to go to the top too much, because then I can't really see what I'm doing over there. Okay, so just find your feet on the mat. Really start to ground down into the bottoms of the feet. Find the space behind your big toe, behind your baby toe, and at your heel, and really feel the ground. Just try to let go of everything that you had to deal with before you got on your mat today, and everything that you have to do once you leave. Have your hands shining forward, shoulders back and down. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever you're most comfortable with. If it's a small, slight gaze onto the floor, that's okay. Whatever works best for you. Now let's just breathe. Nice big breath into the chest. Send it all the way down into the belly. Through the entire series, I would just like to remind you to keep your chin tucked, as if you're trying to hold maybe your fist or an apple there, just to protect everything. One more nice deep breath in. And now ground down into your left foot. Pick up your right, and we're gonna do some circles with our ankles. So you can pick your foot up if you're feeling like you're really balanced today, and do it this way. And go like 5 or 6 times in one direction. Or if you don't feeling so balanced, you can do it on the mat like this. And then we're gonna go in the other direction. And then find a little point and flex. Just point your toe, flex your foot, point your toe, flex your foot. You can replace that one. Now we're going to ground down into that right foot that we were just stretching, and we're going to do some circles with the left. And go the other direction. Kind of do things both ways just to show how it's done. Now we'll find a little point and flex. Replace both feet onto the mat. You're going to want to look down and find your feet about 2 fist widths apart. And then we're just going to roll through our knees a little bit. Give them some love. Now the other way. Really try to get into it. When you're stretching into a pose, we're going to bend forward. Really try to get into it as much as you can. Bend to the left, to the back, to the right, to the front. We're going to do that one more time. And now let's go all the way around, really into those hips 2 times. I don't know about you, but I've got all kinds of snap, crackle, and pop going on. We'll find ourselves coming forward again, to the side, to the back, side, front. One more time like this. And now all the way around. And stand up tall. So push those shoulders back and down again. We're going to take a little slight knee bend and breathe our hands all the way up. And then we'll drop the left hand. We're gonna turn our hips, our hand, and our gaze to the left wall. Come all the way down, nice and slow. Sweep the ground, all the way back up. We're gonna breathe that left hand into the air. Exhale, drop the right, turn to the right wall, same as we did on the other side. Come all the way around and up. Breathe the right hand back up and really kind of squeeze the shoulders, bring it all the way back down. Find your footing, remembering to breathe. Each time we move up, it's usually an inhale, and when we move down, it's an exhale. So we're gonna push those shoulders back and down again. We're gonna take our left ear to our left shoulder. You should feel a nice stretch along the right side. Breathe. Just turn your gaze now to look at the floor. Changes the stretch just a little bit. And bring your head back up, and we'll do it the same on the other side. Right ear to right shoulder. Change your gaze, look down at the floor. You can bring your head back up. We're just gonna do some rolls to the back. I don't really feel comfortable going all the way around, so I just roll to the back, bring it to the side, roll to the back, bring it to the side. And now head straight up. We can drop our chin to our chest, roll to the side, drop to chest, and roll to the side. So hopefully you feel a little bit warmed up now. I'm gonna take myself to the top of my mat. Hopefully you're already there. And we're just gonna do a little forward fold. So we'll take a nice knee bend, deep knee bend, slight knee bend, and breathe our arms all the way up. And as you exhale, you're gonna fold forward. Wherever your hands land, that's what's best for you. So if they're on your thighs, that's good. On your shins, on the mat, that's okay too. If you have blocks or stacks of books, you can put your hands on that. So we're gonna, wherever your hands are landing, we're gonna stay there. Drop your head. You can clasp opposite elbow. It'll bring you forward just a little bit more. And if you find a little bit of a sway there, that's fantastic. Remembering throughout the whole practice to keep a nice slight bend in all of your joints, no matter what position you're in. So now we're gonna inhale, we're gonna come to a flat back, and then we're gonna exhale down. From here, I'm gonna invite you to either step or hop back to plank. Nice strong plank, and then we're gonna push our sits bones up to the sky, head through the arms, and we'll find ourselves in down dog. And because this is our first down dog of the day, you probably wanna pedal that out. Push your heels as far as they can go to the floor. If you're not meeting the mat, that's totally fine. And we're gonna inhale our heels all the way up, and then push them down as far as they'll go, whatever is comfortable for you. And let's just have a breath here. Maybe two. And we're gonna look up between our hands and step your left foot just about to the center of the mat. And we're gonna come all the way up with a little bit of shakiness if you're me. We're gonna have our right foot either same as the short edge of the mat, or you can have it on a little bit of an angle. Left toes are pointing towards the left wall, and we'll bring our arms out into a T. Okay, so we're gonna breathe in, and then we're gonna reach as far as we can. And once you can't reach any farther, you're just gonna tilt. And again, if you wanna just stay right here, that's okay. Or if you can come all the way down to the mat, that's fine. I like to have my hand just on the inside of my ankle. You can have your gaze up to the sky. We're going to take a breath here. Now, as if someone is pulling you or you have a rope to hang on to, you're going to pull yourself all the way up. Arms are going to come back out to a T. And we're just going to switch the feet. So the left toes are going to turn in, right toes to right wall. Make a little adjustment if you have to. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Hands towards the right wall and tilt. Same thing you did on the other side. Have your gaze up to the sky. Let's take a breath. Maybe one more. And with the assistance of that rope, we're going to come all the way back up. Arms to a T. Both forward, and then we're just going to take our arms and swing all the way up to the top of our mat. Let your arms down. And we're going to take a nice deep knee bend. Arms all the way up and overhead. Fold forward like before. Halfway lift. Hands back down to the mat. And this time I'm going to hop back to show what that looks like. To plank. And from here we're going to do a Chaturanga. So you can have your knees, chest, chin on the mat, and then come to up dog. Or from plank, you can just bend your elbows, not have your body touch the ground, flip your toes, and come to up dog that way. So whichever one you choose is the right one for you. So I'm going to be here in plank. I'm going to choose knees, chest, chin for my first one, and then come all the way back up to up dog. And we're going to flip our toes, push up, and back into down dog. We're going to take a nice deep breath here. Still just getting started. Now we're going to look up between the hands, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to step just about to the middle of our mat. But this time when we come up, our feet are going to be parallel but offset. Okay, so now we're going to have our hands, I'm just going to adjust a little bit here. We're going to have our hands either clasped behind our back. You can have them sitting just at the base if you like, or if it's available to you, you can have reverse prayer. When I bend over, that's not really available to me. So whatever is the most comfortable for you, this is my favorite. So what we're going to do, we have our left foot forward. We're going to come just to our first point of tension. For all my runner friends out there, our first point of tension usually isn't all that far. All those muscles, hamstrings are so tight. We're going to drop forward just a little bit more, if you can. And then if you're able, drop your hands all the way to the ground. Would be another good place to have blocks. And then you can drop your head, remembering to keep a micro bend in all of your joints, especially your knees and elbows here. And let's just take a breath. I always say one when I really mean two. Okay, let's have those hands back where they were. Come all the way back up. All those muscles are shaking from us making them work. And then we're just going to switch our feet. Take the same hand position you did on this side as on the other. And then we're going to come forward to that first point of tension. Breath. And then we're going to breathe in and drop again. And we're going to drop our hands. Drop the head if you can. Remembering the micro bend. Nice deep breath in. If you exhale, you might find yourself a little closer to your knee. One more breath. Let's have our hands placed in the same position, and we're going to come all the way back up. Turn our feet. And we're going to swing ourselves all the way back up to the top of the mat again. Take a deep knee bend. Breathe, arms up and overhead. Forward fold. Up to half. All the way back down again. We're going to jump back to plank or step, whatever works better for you. And we're going to do whichever Chaturanga is going to work for you. I'm going to choose not to touch the ground this time. All the way up. Flip the toes. Push back to down dog. Nice breath. And then we're going to find our knees meeting the mat this time. So from here, we're going to take our left hand and place it kind of in front of our face. Take our right arm and draw it like a bow. Stretch it all the way up to the sky. Try not to send your hips too far forward. See if you can keep them as straight as possible. It's not easy, I know. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to take that arm and you're going to thread it through the other arm. I'm going to have to turn away from you for a minute. We're going to put our ear on the mat. You might be able to use your left hand as leverage just to give a little extra into your twist, but don't do it so much that you hurt anything. Nice big deep breath in. Come on out of that. Inevitably, at some point during this, I am going to tell you to move your right hand when I mean left, so please just forgive my humanness. We're going to put our right hand in front of our face right now, and now draw that bow with the left hand. And thread all the way through. This is what I meant. You can use your right hand for just a little bit of leverage. Nice big breath. Come on back up. And now from here, we're going to do a little cat-cow. So when we put our head down, raise your back up just like you're a cat. You're going to not suck your stomach in, but just try to pull your navel to your spine and get that back, that mid-back kind of arching up towards the ceiling. All breath out. And now we're going to breathe in, tilt the tail, tilt the head up, look up to the sky. And then one more time, we're going to exhale everything out. Breathe in, tilt up. And I'm going to say to just do this a couple of times on your own. Finish up your last round. And then just come on back to what we call tabletop. So you're just on all fours. And then we're going to give ourselves just a little bit of love for our back, some strengthening. So kind of ground down into that left knee, send your right leg out and your left arm. And we're going to pulse here. So just little tiny pulses. Probably feel that in your back. And then you're going to draw your elbow and knee together and then send it back out. Elbow and knee together, send it back out. Now just do that at your own pace, a couple of times on your own. Drop that, so we're back on all fours again. Then we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So left leg back, right arm forward, and now pulse here. Remembering to breathe through every posture. And now elbow and knee together, and extend. Elbow, knee together, and extend. Try that on your own just a little bit. And we can come back to all fours. Now send your knees wide to either side of the mat. Have your toes touching or apart, it's up to you. And we're gonna push back into a child's pose for a moment. Remembering to breathe here, we're going to keep our arms active, stretching away from us. You can send your armpits down to the floor one at a time. Get a nice stretch there. Come on back up. I'm just going to ask you now to come onto your side. And we're going to do from here a side plank. And there are a lot of ways to do this. So you can be down on your elbow, have your knee down, and this is your side plank, reaching up to the sky. Or you can come up on your hand, reaching up to the sky. You can stagger your feet, like so, or you can stack them. And I think that's about as far as we'll take it for today. Okay, so again, we're gonna come up into a side plank. Come up on your side, choose whichever position is best for you. I'm gonna go with stacked feet today, looking up at the sky, having a shake, watching all my muscles work. That's why we're here. Remembering to breathe. And come on back down. And you can probably just flip over, but I'm gonna change sides here. So again, whichever position you took on the other side is what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna choose stacked feet. Come all the way up. You wanna keep those hips nice and high. Again, remembering to breathe. Okay, hopefully you don't hate me too much from that. Good job, everybody. If you made it through, and if you didn't, if you made it partway through, good job for you too. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna adjust the pants a little bit. We're gonna come back to all fours. But now we're going to send our left foot between our hands. Okay, so left foot is there. We're gonna maybe creep that knee of the left foot forward, right foot back. Creep that right knee back just a little tiny bit. And then you can, if you want to stay here, great. You can come on up, hands on thigh if you like, or send arms all the way up and overhead. Give a slight back bend, all the while remembering to not force, but just gently push your hips forward and keep them nice and square. Arms up. Let's have a breath here. I usually mean two. Now we're going to put our hands on either side of that foot. And we're going to start to send our hips back. Okay, so hips back this way, toes of the left foot can creep forward just a little bit if you've got that available to you. Keep them facing towards you, your toes towards you. And we're going to breathe in and we're going to bend over that leg. And in again, and over that leg. Each time you exhale, maybe you can come just a little bit farther. We want to keep the toes active though. One more time. You can start to send those left toes back to the mat. And we're just gonna scoop it so that we're sitting back on all fours again. And we'll send our right foot forward. You can creep the left back just a little tiny bit. If you're staying here for your stretch, that's fine. You can come up here, all good. Or you can sweep the mat, scoop your arms all the way up and overhead, looking up to the sky. I won't lie to you this time, we're gonna take 2 breaths. hands on either side of that foot. You're gonna scooch the right toes forward and then start to send your hips back. You can bring the toes to your face. And we're gonna breathe in and then bend forward. Breathe in and bend forward. Just take a couple of breaths on your own. You can start to send those toes back to the mat. Scoot them back. We'll be on all fours again. And then let's just drive from there right back up to plank. And we're gonna take another Chaturanga. So down to the mat, flip your toes to up dog, and then back to down dog. Nice big stretch here. Head between the arms, sits bones to the sky, heels pressing down to the floor. Look up between your hands and you can step or hop your way, your feet back to your hands. And from here, we're gonna sweep like that, arms all the way up and overhead. And as you exhale, bring them down. So just for a second or two, I'm gonna adjust my clothes again. We're gonna feel the energy running through our body. So I'm assuming, like me, you have more running through your body now than when you started. So let's just take a little scan of that before we move into our balancing poses. Nice big deep breaths, shoulders pressing back and down. We'll see how our balance is today. Sometimes mine is with me and sometimes it's not. I promise I'll let you know if it's not. One more breath. And we're gonna start with tree. So we're gonna really feel the mat with our left foot. Now your tree can be here. So you can put your foot here. You can keep it on the mat, never on your knee. You can bring it to the inside of your thigh if you like, or if you're this person, which I sometimes am, you can bring it to the crease of your leg. I think for today, I'm gonna go to the inside of my thigh. Yep, good choice for today. What we wanna try to remember is we're opening this hip up. So you can bring your hands to heart center. I'm finding my place on the floor that's not moving so that I don't fall over. And then if you've done yoga before with me before, you know that this is my favorite part. We grow the tree, so my branches. Welcome to the forest. Bring your hands back down, and as gently as you can. If you would like to touch down, that's good, that's fine. Or you can keep your leg at a right angle. Take your peace fingers, grab your big toe. We're gonna send that leg out to the side and then have our left arm outstretched. Let's have one breath here for real this time. And then we'll bring that back in. Very nice, everyone. I know I can't see you, but I feel like you're doing a good job anyway. So we're gonna ground down into that right foot now. You're gonna take the same position on this side as you did on the other. I'm gonna do leg into thigh, just like before. And the idea here is you want your leg and your foot both putting pressure on each other, not just your foot on your leg. Hands to heart center. Grow your tree, smile. You don't have to smile, but you should. That's not a requirement. Making myself fall over. Okay, release that leg. Peace fingers to the toe. Have that outstretched. Take a breath. As gently as you can. Come on out of that. Okay, now Now the last balancing posture we're going to do is called eagle, and it just happens to be my favorite, and it happens to be some people's least favorite. So just do what you can. If you don't love it, that's okay. Don't do it. Okay, so you're going to sit your hips back. You're going to take your right foot, pick it up, send it over your left. Now if it stays on the side, that's great. Or if you can hook it around, that's good too. We're going to take our arms out to a T, all the while sitting back. And that right arm is going to scoop under your left. And I'm going to hide behind my arms for a minute. You're going to want to lift those arms up. Take a breath. Release your arms, release your legs. Maybe do a little shaky dance. Oh, see, I'm getting some sunshine on me here. Okay. Take a breath. Sit the hips back. Left foot over right now. Left arm under right. All the way up. Happens to the best of us. Come on down. Release your arms, release your legs, shake that out. Sometimes you just have those days, things don't go exactly like they're supposed to, but that's what yoga is all about. It's called practice for a reason. Okay, so from here, we're gonna take a deep knee bend, arms up and overhead, nice big breath, falling forward, halfway lift, come all forward again. This time we're going to come all the way back up, and we're going to sit right in between our feet. So you might need to spread your feet apart a little bit. So we're going to come all the way down. If you need something to sit on, that's good. If you're up here, that's okay. If you're down here though, we're going to have a nice stretch, couple breaths. Try not to put any pressure with your elbows. If I move my arms, my legs stay where they are. Try to keep your body up as tall as you can. And we're just going to sit here for a moment. Deep breaths. If you've fallen out of that, that's okay. Stay right where you are. We're gonna do a little seated stretch now. So right leg long, left foot to right thigh, and we're gonna stretch up and over. So instead of going just over the toes, I want you to think about going up first. So up, breathe in and exhale. Wherever your hands land, that's great. Each time you inhale, you might come up a bit and then exhale down. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Sit back up tall. We're just going to do a little exchange, left for right. Breathe up. Fold over that leg. Every time you exhale, you might come up a little bit and then release down. Come on up and release down. Now just a couple of breaths on your own. Take 2 more. Come on up out of that. We're going to send both feet forward this time. And it's just going to be the same thing, just with both legs straight. So come on up, out. Exhale, breathe in, exhale and melt down, and now on your own. back up out of that. Hopefully everyone's feeling a little bit more loose than before. So now I'm going to ask you to bring both of your feet into the center, have them meet each other. You can clasp your toes if you like. This position is called butterfly. So what we like to do here, just to kind of give us a little opener, just flap those wings a little bit. Really get the rest of the loosening done. And from here, we're gonna just swing our legs around, and we're gonna find ourselves coming to the mat with our back. However, I would like you to try putting your feet flat on the mat and use your core to bring you down. So we're gonna come down kind of one vertebra at a time and see which parts of your back need to release. Come on down, just slow, slow, slow. Head all the way down to the mat. Drop your hands. You can send your feet out long. For those of you who know yoga, we're not in Shavasana yet. We still have a little bit of work to do. I'm going to bend my right leg, as I hope you are as well. And bring that knee into the chest. Remembering to breathe. And then leg comes out to the shoulder. Just changes the stretch a little tiny bit. Place that bent leg on the ground. You're going to pick your hips up and just scooch them ever so slightly to the right. Arms are coming out to a T, keeping your shoulders on the floor. Let that right leg fall to the left. Now, that's only going to go as far as it should without your shoulders lifting. So the shoulders on the ground are the more important thing. Keep them down. You can use your left hand to just give a little bit of pressure, not too much. We don't want to hurt or torque anything too hard. Let's breathe. Twist out of that. Straighten that right leg. Bring your left leg into your chest now. Now out to the shoulder. Place the foot on the ground, knee stays bent, arms out to a T, shift the hips to the left, and have that leg fall to the right. You can use your right hand for a little bit of leverage, remembering to keep your shoulders on the ground. Breathe. Don't you wish you had like $1 for every time I said breathe in this practice? Come on, all the way square on your mat again. We're gonna have our legs come all the way along either corner of the mat. Hands will be at our sides but not touching. And like your whole body just bit into a lemon, you're gonna squeeze everything. So bite that lemon and squeeze and tense everything up. Tense, 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 even your face. And let it go. Just take some nice, even breaths here. Feel your body sinking into the ground. Bring your awareness to your big toe on your left foot and relax that. Relax your second toe, your third toe, fourth toe, and your pinky. Relax the bottom of your foot and the top. Relax your shin and your knee. Relax your calf, your whole upper leg. Relax your glute muscle. Relax the big toe on your right foot, your second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the pinky. Relax the bottom of your right foot and the top. Relax your shin and your knee, your calf, your entire upper leg, your glute muscle, your abdomen. Relax your chest and your shoulders. Relax your upper arms and lower arms. Starting with the thumb on your left hand, relax each of your fingers individually. Relax your neck, front and the back. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your ears, and your cheeks, and your eyes. Relax the top of your head. Feel the back of your head heavy in the mat. Now just do a scan, starting at your toes, to see if there's anything else you can let go of. Just breathing naturally. Take a few more seconds just for yourself. Now slowly, as you're able and as you like to, just turn onto your right side, keeping eyes closed. You can use your left hand to just push you gently up to a seated position. We'll cross our legs. Have a soft gaze, our eyes can remain closed. Hands will fall to either side. We're going to take an inhale and bring them up to meet overhead. Exhale and release. Inhale. Exhale and release. Last time. Inhale, hands down to heart center, bow if you choose. Namaste. I just want to say thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed it, please press like, and I would also like to invite you to subscribe to the channel. I've been asked a couple of times if it costs anything to subscribe, and it does not. So please do that. It just makes it possible for me to do more of this. Everyone take care. Have the best day. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. Bye.